Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the little box I have to share with you today. I've made this before, but I've updated it using some of our new designer series paper, and it's a box that actually folds flat for storage. So you can see here, we fold it out at either end. It will then fold flat for storage, very easy. And then when you want to use it, you just put it back together again, just like that. So this is Night of Navy, and this paper is the Countryside Inn paper, using a different colourway here. This is boho blue, and we're going to score. Let's see, we're going to score. We're going to score at 2 inches. This is on the long side. 4 inches, 6 and 8. And I don't think I said your piece of cardstock here measures 8.5 inches by 7 inches. So I'm on the 8.5 inch side, and I scored a 2, 4, 6 and 8. I'm going to turn it to the 7 inch side, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, and then at 2.5 inches, just like that. And they're going to turn it around and score 1/2 inch and 2 inches from the other side, just like this. 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches. And you should have this central grid here of 4, 8, 12 little boxes. So let's put our scoring tool away, and we are going to now fold on all of our score lines. But you'll see here I've got a template of everything I'm doing, and this template will be on the blog post on my website, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. You'll find the link there to all the supplies I use as well. So let's fold on all these score lines. Bone folder is invaluable for something like this. It just helps you get a really nice crisp fold. Okay, let's do these other ones quickly. And bone folders are not created alike. You want one which has good strength to it and gets you a nice fold. Okay, so now with your piece of paper, with the 1/2 inch in the horizontal position, with the 1/2 inch score line to your right, and I haven't folded on the score line, I can feel it. Let me quickly do that. Okay, we are going to do some cutting. So what we're going to do initially is we're going to cut up to the score line, up to the second score line, all along the bottom here and all along the top here. So let me show you. So you're going to cut up the score line here, and then just go along the whole row, and you're cutting up to the second score line, along the score line to the second score line, and then do exactly the same on the other side. Got so many lights on here I can't see what I'm doing. Hilarious, isn't it? Sometimes you've got too much light and you can't see. Okay, so now we've got all our wiggly flappy bits. Again in the horizontal position, with these to our right, we are going to cut off these 2 flaps here and just leave the central flap. And you're going to cut them off at a slight angle, just like that, as you can see, and do the same there. Okay, so now we can bring in our template and we can see what we need to do. Okay, so along here we're going to, first one, we're going to chop off a little bit, so about halfway down, going to chop off, and then we're going to miter that, do that same little angle cut we did on the edge. So we have a little flap. The next flap we're going to cut totally off. Goodbye. Next flap we're going to chop off again about halfway through. You don't have to be exact. And then we're going to just again miter the tab. And the last one we're going to leave whole. So then we're going to go along to the base. And we've chopped off half here, so we're going to chop off, do exactly the same on the opposite side. And just miter it. Like that. This one, we chopped everything off, so on this side we're leaving the whole flap. This one we chopped off halfway through, so we're going to mirror it, chop off. But as I said, you'll find the template on my website, and what I would do is make a template of your own before you carry on. And then the last one, kind of chop off totally. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these pieces and check against our template to see if we've done it right or not. Hopefully we have. Okay, so that's ours. This is our template, and yay, a 2 match. So we've done it correctly. That's always good. So time to stick down our paper. The designer series paper I'm using here is actually from the Delightfully Eclectic range. And there's these little flowers that almost look like tulips to me. And I'm just going to get some Tombow out. Okay, so I was fighting with my Tombow, but I got it to work, but it was brand new and I think it just needed some coaxing to come out. And I stepped out all my pieces of paper onto my card, as you can see, and these are just small little pieces. I measure 1 3/4 inches by 1 3/4. Before we go any further, we're going to we're going to round our little flaps here, these little small little flaps. So let's get our corner rounder. I'm just going to round the corners quickly. And I've had this in my stash for years. Works still great. So rounded the corners, we've still got the 4 flaps here. Now we're going to put a bit of glue on the central little flap here. Throwing everything around as well. There we go. And then just fold this over, line everything up and give it a press down. Making sure everything's was lined up till I messed around with it. There we go. Now we can make up our box. So we've got the bottom, folding our side flaps, and as we've rounded those edges for your flaps, it means everything tucks in so much more easily. So you can see here, all fits together rather nicely. So let's set that aside and do some good old-fashioned stamping. I'm going to need some scrap of basic white, so let me look for a piece here. Here we go. Stamp set is Hello Darling Details, and we're going to stamp here Thank You. Got boho blue ink. Just ink that up, tap tap tap, down, hold. Yeah, that'll be fine. Close this up, set that aside. I've got a scrap here of boho blue cardstock, and I've got the double oval punch. So with the scalloped, I'm going to punch out a piece of this. Just fits. Okay, and because I don't want to punch out another piece here, you go further up the punch here. I'm just going to cut this out. That way I'm not going to punch any of the scallop. I'll get this into my punch. There we go. Close that up. Okay. Move all our bits aside. And we're going to stick this down to our boho glue piece. Let's do that there. And then this is going to sit on top, just like that. So let's put a bit of glue in the centre here. And let's see, where shall we put it? Put it at a little angle. Looks more fancy that way. And then I've got some here of our Lemon Lime Twist designer series, not design, ribbon. I'm going to just try and tie a small bow. Okay, let's see. I can just tie something small. That'll have to do. Not the best at tying bows. I just tried to decant my scissors as well. Don't know how well it's worked. I think I need to sharpen them too. Ended up cutting my finger, so that was clever of me. I think we all do these. We try to solve one problem and create half a dozen more for ourselves. It's just part of life. Okay, so we're going to use some glue dots to attach a ribbon. And let's put it. Got no glue dot on there. I left them all behind. That's clever of me. Okay, there's our little ribbon. Clear the decks. Going to just use a little rhinestone here on the end. And there we have our two little boxes. What do you think? I hope you liked them. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any more information about the project, all the information is on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.